Yes, students. Now we will learn with respect to utilization of input tax credit. Now in section 16, 17 and 18, we have learned how to avail the credit. Means how to get the credit. Sir, I have got my credit, sir. It is appearing in my electronic credit ledger, sir. It is appearing in my electronic credit ledger, sir. What should I do with it, sir? Every day morning I should see it, do puja and keep it like that only? No. I have to utilize it. Utilize against what, guys? Output tax. Sir, how can I use it? Can I use it however I want, in whatever order I want, or whatever sequence I want? No. They have given few prescribed order. Why, sir? Because my input tax, whatever I would have paid, guys, might be IGST, it might be CGST, it might be SGST or UTGST. And both will not be there. Please be careful. Either UTGST or SGST. Why, sir? Guys, under GST, registration is state wise. For each and every state, separate registration has to be taken. And each registration is treated as distinct person. That means payment of tax, filing of returns is not all India basis. It is for registration to registration basis. For example, sir, in India, I have operations in 5 states, sir. How many registration should I take? 5, minimum 5. And within the state, if I have multiple branches, I can take how much ever I want, but minimum is 1. And for SEZ, separate and all. Clear? Yes. Now assume I have taken 5 separate registration. How many returns should I file every month? Only one return or 5 returns? 5. GSTR 1 5, GSTR 3B 5, and GSTR 9 annual return 5. Why, sir? Because each registration is treated as distinct person. So for each state, or for each registration, I should file the return separately, pay tax separately, guys. Is that clear? That means if I have a credit in Karnataka of either IGST, CGST, SGST, I can use it to pay output tax in which state? Karnataka. Same way, sir, I have input tax for my registration in Tamil Nadu. I can use this to pay what? Output tax in Tamil Nadu. Is that clear? Means whatever we will learn here, guys, the utilization of credit, it is registration wise. In simple, registration wise. So should we do this for each and every registration separately? Yes. But we will learn in payment chapter, if I have any unutilized credit in Karnataka, which I am not able to use, can I transfer it to my other branches, sir? They're allowing. They're allowing you, but with some restriction and condition, which we will see in payment chapter. Now we will not touch it. As of now, we are learning that, sir, if I have a credit in particular state or union territory, where should I use it? In that state or union territory. To pay what? Output tax. So we already learned. How do we adjust the credit, guys? Sir, we have output tax on my outward supply. Against that, I will adjust my input tax, which I have paid on my inward supply. Remaining, if any, how should I pay it? Through electronic cash ledger. We saw this with an example, right? Yes, I will just show you. We will just try to recall that example. Yes, sir. Sir, my output tax, assume is 5,000. Where it will appear, guys? Liability register. Sir, on my inward supply, I have paid 1,000 rupees GST, which is already given, the details is already given by my supplier in his GSTR 1. Will it auto-populate to me? Yes. Where? In GSTR 2B. Whatever credit is available for me, where it will reflect to me? In electronic credit ledger. Now, sir, remaining 4,000 I need to pay, no, sir. From where will I pay it, sir? Electronic cash ledger. Electronic cash ledger. Now, what we are going to learn is, sir, this 1,000 you told we can claim credit. Sir, is there any prescribed order to claim this? Yes. Because this 1,000 might be CGST, SGST, or IGST. Sir, which credit can be adjusted against what? All this thing, no doubt, will come under GST only. But we know IGST is the revenue of whom, guys? Who will levy and collect it? Central government. But entire thing they will not keep it. Half of it they will give it to destination state. Okay. Whereas CGST completely central government. SGST completely to state. Correct. Now, will central government allow me to adjust the credit against state government? No. Will state government allow me to adjust the credit for central government? No. Because that is ruled by two different governments. Or maybe two different parties also. Sir, what if it is same party? Same party also, we will treat it as two separate government. No, sir, there also same party, here also same party, coordination. We will not worry about it because that is not common for all the states, right? Yes. Chalo, that is what we are understanding, guys. Very, very important from questions point of view. They will ask you questions on this, and preferably it is coming under compulsory section. First question in descriptive type in GST will be asked on this, but may not be solely on the credit. They will mix lot of things in that question with respect to, for example, they may mix exemption part, they may mix place of supply part, they may fix even exemption or time of supply. All this they will try to mix and give one question, guys. Clear? Yes. Chalo. But the main role will be of ITC. Clear? That you need to take care. We will solve good number of questions. Don't worry. Yes. First, let us understand. Sir, how do we utilize the credit? First, I have given one line here. Let me read it. Input tax credit is credited to person's electronic credit ledger. The person may use this to pay his output tax liability. Guys, as soon as the person get registered, a profile will be created for him on GST portal. GST portal. And on his profile, there will be 3 ledger or register appearing. Which are those? Liability register, we call it as. Then credit ledger and cash ledger. And here there will be few entries which will be passed, like few items debited, few items credited and all. And I will explain this 3 ledgers in detail in the coming chapter, guys. I'm not going in detail now. But whatever credit is available for me on my inward supply, where it will appear people in electronic credit ledger. Such kind of MCQ questions also might be asked. Please be careful. And if I can use this, whatever is the balance in credit ledger, I can use it to pay what? Output tax. Okay, sir. Before reading this, let me go to this table. I have made one simple table, guys, where the order of utilization of credit is given. Very, very important. Please pay attention. And you see here, I have given the numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You also need to follow the same sequence while solving the questions. We need to go in the same order. Okay. Sir, what if by chance 1 is not there? You will straight away go to 2. Sir, what if 1 and 2 both is not there? Then 3 also will not come. You will straight away go to 4, 5, like that. If anything is not there, you will straight away go to the next point, guys. Is that clear? Because if everything is given or if everything is there, then what? I have given here. In single question, everything might not come. Clear? Yes. Chalo. After this, we will anyway solve the questions. You will get an idea how to apply it. But before we solve any question, we should know the provision. So once we know the provision, we will go and apply it in the questions, guys. Okay. Whatever I have given here, guys, is credit part. You can see input tax credit on account of what? IGST credit, CGST credit, SGST or UTGST. Guys, for one registration, you will not have both, either SGST or UTGST. For example, I am registered in Karnataka. What credit will I have? SGST. I am registered in Ladakh. What credit will I have? UTGST. But treatment is same. But just because I have given both here together, don't assume that, oh sir, both will be there. No. For one registration, you will either have SGST or UTGST. You cannot have both. You cannot have both, guys. Okay. And whatever year I have given is the liability part, output tax. So output liability on account of IGST, CGST or last one, SGST or UTGST. Here also same story. Either SGST would be there or UTGST, but not both. Okay. Chalo, one by one. Sir, first I have IGST credit. Should I use that only first? Yes. Anytime first we should use IGST credit. So IGST credit first will be used against what, sir? IGST liability. If still it is pending, then we will use it against CGST or SGST in any order, in any proportion. That is my choice. Here completely it is based on tax planning, guys. Completely it is based on tax planning. This is very important step. Why so? Because this I should utilize in such a way that whatever ultimately I pay through cash ledger should be minimum. Should be minimum, guys. Understood? This is my choice. No, you can see there. In any order, in any proportion. So I should use it in such a way that whatever I ultimately pay through cash ledger should be minimum. Should be minimum. That is the important step because that is our choice. Okay. Let me put it in numbers. Guys, listen here. Sir, I have IGST credit, assume 1 lakh. But IGST liability only 80,000. So first I will adjust 80,000 now. Yes. Remaining is how much people? 20,000. So 20,000 can I adjust fully against CGST? Yes. Sir, can I adjust 20,000 fully against SGST? Yes. Sir, don't want, sir. Why to discriminate? I will adjust against both. 10,000 each. 10,000 each. Can I do it? Yes. No, sir. 10,000, 10,000 don't want, sir. 15,500, sir. Do however you want. That is what I told you. It is completely our choice. Clear? Next, listen here. Sir, IGST credit is 1 lakh, but IGST liability is 150, sir. 150, sir. Then adjust full 1 lakh here. Adjust 1 lakh full year. Here nothing will come. Whereas remaining 50,000, we will see it in the next steps. We will see in the next steps. Hope you are understanding. Is IGST credit fully utilized now? Yes. Only when you have utilized IGST credit fully. That means now IGST credit is how much, people? 0. Can I go and touch CGST or SGST credit? Yes. I repeat, only when IGST credit is fully utilized. That means it has become 0. I can go and touch CGST or SGST credit. So that is what I have mentioned in third point. IGST credit should be utilized completely first before using CGST and SGST credit. Sir, I have CGSTs. Can I use first CGST or SGST? No, no, no. First use fully IGST. Okay. Sir, what if I don't have IGST credit at all? Then obviously 1, 2, 3 will not at all come. Straight away you will go for what? 4. And this possibility is there. Possibility is there, guys. Okay, fine. Let us move to CGST now. CGST will be first used against what? CGST liability. If still something is pending, can I use it against IGST? Yes. Now assume, guys. CGST credit was 2 lakh, whereas CGST liability was 1 lakh. So how much will I use here? 1 lakh. Still remaining how much? 1 lakh. Sir, 1 lakh is remaining. No. In my previous example, still here 50,000 was pending. Correct. No. Here it was 150 people, and I had IGST credit how much, people? 1 lakh. So still IGST liability pending was how much, people? 50,000. Now CGST credit left how much, people? I had 2 lakh. I have adjusted 1 lakh here. Still how much is remaining, people? 1 lakh. Can I adjust 50,000 here? Yes, sir. Remaining 50,000, can I adjust it here? No, no. You cannot adjust CGST credit against SGST liability. Central and state cannot be done. So that means what about the remaining CGST credit of 50,000? So you will carry forward it to next month. Not gone. You will carry forward it to next month. Can I claim it in next month? Yes. You will have time till when? 30th November of next year. You know, na deadline? Yes. Till then you can carry forward. Okay, sir. Fine. We will move to the last step. And one thing, guys, CGST credit cannot be utilized against SGST liability. Not at all. Even if you have credit, you cannot utilize it. Okay. Next, last one. SGST or UTGST credit will be first used against what, guys? Same nature. That is SGST or UTGST. If still it is pending, can I adjust it against IGST, sir? Yes, if at all, if it is there. Okay. But this you can use only after using CGST credit fully. CGST credit fully. Sir, can I use SGST credit against CGST? Sorry, not possible. Sorry, not possible. Is that clear? Yes, guys. So simple, guys. Keep it simple. First, which credit should be used? IGST. Then CGST. Then SGST. Now let us go with sequence. IGST will be first adjusted against what? IGST liability. If anything is pending, I can adjust it against CGST or SGST in any order, in any proportion. Left it to the registered person. Okay, sir. IGST credit has become 0, sir. Can I go and touch now? CGST? Yes. CGST will be first adjusted against CGST. If still something is pending, against IGST. Sir, what if IGST liability is already 0, sir? Then you carry forward the remaining CGST credit. That's all. Clear? They gave the option, doesn't mean that you have to do it. For example, sir, here itself I have adjusted full IGST credit. It has liability has now become 0. So will this and this have any impact? No. This will not have it any impact, guys. Okay. So CGST first against CGST. If anything is remaining against IGST, not possible against SGST. Last one, SGST or UTGST. Let me take it as SGST. SGST credit will be first utilized against SGST liability. If still anything is remaining against IGST liability. Sir, can I adjust SGST liability? SGST credit against CGST liability? No, not possible. Understood? Huh? Yes. Whatever I have given it as a simple table, guys, very important table. Very, very important table. So what I have given here as a table, I have also given it as an explanation here. What is it? We will see. Whatever we saw above, just a repetition. That's all. Let me quickly read it. The numerals given above can be further explained in the following manner. What is it? Guys, numbers you observe. Numbers. First one. IGST credit should be first utilized towards the payment of what people? IGST liability. Second one. Remaining IGST credit, if it is there, if any, can be utilized towards payment of CGST and SGST or UTGST in any order, in any proportion. Underline that. In any order, in any proportion. That is, remaining ITC of IGST can be utilized first towards payment of CGST, then towards payment of SGST, or first towards the payment of SGST, then towards CGST, or else towards both simultaneously, maybe in 50-50 ratio or 30-70 ratio or 40-60 ratio or in any ratio, guys. In any, and whatever I have given here just is an options. These are the possibilities available. Should I go with this only? No, your choice is yours. You can adjust it in whatever order, in whatever proportion you wish to. Okay. Third, entire ITC of IGST should be fully utilized before utilizing the ITC of what, guys? CGST or SGST or even UTGST. Okay, sir. Fine. Done with IGST credit. Now let us go and touch what? CGST credit. 4 and 5. ITC or CGST should be first utilized towards the payment of what? CGST liability. And if anything is pending, then against IGST liability. But ITC of CGST cannot be utilized for payment of SGST or UTGST. Cross utilization between central and state not allowed. Sir, then why are they allowing IGST, sir? Because IGST will have both the components, central as well as state, guys. So for IGST, flexibility is there. Whereas for CGST and SGST, cross utilization is not allowed, guys. Next, 6th and 7th. ITC of SGST or UTGST should be utilized first for the payment of same nature. That is either SGST or UTGST and IGST in that order. However, ITC of SGST or UTGST should be utilized for payment of IGST only after the ITC of CGST has been fully utilized. That means only after this I can do this. Sir, I have some CGST credit pending. Still, can I go and use SGST credit against IGST liability? No, 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 no. First use this. If it is 0, then you can go and use SGST credit against IGST liability, guys. ITC of SGST or UTGST cannot be utilized for the payment of CGST. The last one, CGST credit cannot be utilized for payment of SGST or UTGST. And SGST or UTGST credit cannot be utilized for payment of CGST. ITC of IGST need to be exhausted fully. Exhausted means fully use it. Before proceeding to utilize the ITC of CGST and SGST in that order, guys. Okay, sir. Fine. Chalo. Here also I have given at the bottom, you can see. Therefore, it is clear that there is no offset available between CGST and SGST, guys. Oh, chalo. Let me come back. Means whatever I have given in the table, no, same thing they have given here. Instead of reading it as a theory or as a paragraph, I have made it as a table. Okay, let us see. ITC of IGST to be fully utilized first. Where is it told? Section 49A of CGST Act. Notwithstanding anything contained in section 49, section 49A provides that ITC of CGST or SGST or UTGST should be utilized towards payment of IGST, CGST, SGST, UTGST only after the ITC of IGST has been first been utilized fully towards such payment. Got it? Yes. Next, order of utilization of input tax credit, section 49B read with rule 88A. Input tax credit on account of integrated tax, that is IGST, shall first be utilized towards payment of integrated tax, and the amount remaining, if any, may be utilized towards the payment of central tax and state tax or union territory tax, as the case may be, in any order. Provided that the input tax credit on account of central tax, state tax, union territory tax shall be utilized towards payment of IGST or CGST or SGST or union territory tax, that is UTGST, as the case may be, only after the input tax credit available on account of integrated tax has first been utilized fully. So whatever was actually told above is repeated here, guys. So in simple, sir, if I just know this table, is it enough to solve questions? Yes. This is more than enough. Got it? Huh? Yes, sir. So this is all about the utilization of input tax credit, guys. Input tax credit. Yes. Now we have two rules, rule 86A and 86B. We will just see what is the content of that. Guys, there are a lot of rules actually in CGST and even IGST. That is CGST rules or IGST rules we call it as. But only few rules are covered in your syllabus or a part of your syllabus. Whatever is your part of your syllabus, I would be covering it. But few rules which is actually important is not a part of your intermediate syllabus. So you need not worry about it. So there are two rules here, 86B as well as 86A. First let me do 86A, then I will come to 86B. Conditions of use of amount available in electronic credit ledger, rule 86A. In case the commissioner or an officer authorized by him in this behalf, not below the rank of the assistant commissioner or as reasons, means the people who are on the top class, only the people are on the top as this power, as reasons to believe that ITC available in the electronic credit ledger has been fraudulently availed or is ineligible. He may, after recording the reasons in writing, prohibit the use of ITC. Prohibit the use of ITC for discharge of any liability under section 49, that is output tax, or for claim of any refund of unutilized amount. Guys, simple. What they are telling is, assume there is a registered person who has a 20 lakh credit in his electronic credit ledger. But the commissioner or the department, in simple, we can call it as proper officer. Proper officer got to know this guy has claimed it fraudulently. How, sir? How is it possible? Maybe he has shown some dummy purchases. Fake bills he has created. Chances of creating fake bills under GST has been reduced gradually or majorly. Why? Because one man's outward supply will be another man's inward supply. If I want to claim fake purchases, then it will end up being a sales for another person. Only if you assume you are the seller, only if you show it as your sales, it will reflect to me as my purchases. Correct? No. So chances of claiming fake credit or showing fake purchases has been reduced. But still, as a safety provision, they have added. Assume a registered supplier had 20 lakh credit in his electronic credit ledger, but the commissioner got to know this guy has done some manipulation. Can they prohibit him from using the credit? Yes. Telling, please explain. Please prove me. How did you get this 20 lakh credit? Can they ask? Yes. Now he has to bring all the documents, prove that all the conditions given under section 16 as well as section 17. 16 is condition, 17 is, sir, my credit is not blocked, sir. My credit is not restricted, sir. He has to prove. Is it clear? Yes. If it is proven, obviously, proper officer will allow you to claim credit. If not, they will tell, sorry, no credit. No credit. Sir, can I claim a refund of this 20 lakh? No, sorry. You cannot claim the credit also. You cannot claim refund also. That means In simple, you tell, sir, forget it. That's all. Forget it. 86B. 86B is kind of important, guys. Now, listen. If I have an input tax of 20 lakh, can I use fully credit? Yes. If I have output tax, I can use it. For example, listen, people. I have a credit of 20 lakh. My output tax is 25 lakh. Can I use fully credit? Yes. They're telling fully you can use it. Or else, let me give a reverse scenario. Assume my input tax is 25 lakh. My output tax is 20 lakh. Can I use credit fully? No. Because my output tax is only 20 lakh, right? To the extent of 20 lakh, I can use. Remaining 5 lakh, I will carry forward. Fair enough? Yes, sir. But they added a rule 86B telling, even if you have full credit, you cannot use full credit. And this is applicable only for a big supplier. Which supplier? Big supplier. Big supplier means what, sir? Their size of business is big, not of the supplier. Business size is large. Yes, sir. Now, what they are telling, listen here. At least 1% of your output tax, please pay it in cash ledger. Please pay it in cash ledger. That means maximum credit, how much you can utilize? 99%. Even if I have full credit, they are not allowing me to use full credit. They're requesting to pay at least 1% of my output tax to pay it through electronic cash ledger. Okay, let us see. Restriction on the use of amount available in the electronic credit ledger, which is nothing but input tax credit, guys. Rule 86B, important rule, so please be attentive. Rule 86B has been inserted in CGST rules to restrict the amount available in electronic credit ledger, which a registered person can use to discharge his output tax liability. To how much, guys? 99% of such tax liability in cases where the value of taxable supply other than exempt and zero rated supply in a month exceeds 50 lakh. This rule overrides all other rules. Guys, listen here. If my monthly taxable supply is more than 50 lakh, they're telling rule 86B is applicable for me. If rule 86B is applicable for me, then I need to pay at least 1% of my output tax in what? Electronic cash ledger. Sir, I have full credit, sir. Still, you cannot use it. For example, guys, listen. My output tax is 20 lakh. I have a credit of 25 lakh. Assume there was no rule 86B. How much credit can I use? Full 20. 20 against 20, remaining 5, I can carry forward. But rule 86B, they added and told, no. You cannot use full 20 lakh credit. Maximum you can use how much? 99% of 20 lakh. That means 1% of 20 lakh should be paid through cash ledger, huh? Yes. But this is not for everyone. This is only for the suppliers whose monthly taxable supply, not yearly. Monthly taxable supply is more than 50 lakh. I told big no. You understood now? Yes. And 50 lakh is not per year. Please be careful. Per month. And they told this taxable supply will not include zero rated supply also. And exempt supply also. Means whatever 50 lakh you will count, no. It is other than exempt and zero rated. Actually, zero rated is taxable. But they are telling don't count zero rated. Why, sir? Simple, guys. Because for zero rated supply, output tax will be how much? Zero. So they thought don't include it. It is not good to include it. So they thought let us exclude it. So only we need to include what, guys? Taxable outward supply, which is made within India. Okay, sir. It implies that a registered person shall not use the amount available in the electronic credit ledger to discharge his liability towards output tax in excess of 99% of such liability. In cases where the value of taxable supply other than exempt supply and zero rated supply in a month exceeds 50 lakh, guys. Please be careful. That is in a month. Because as the amount is huge, no, you might imply or you might consider that, sir, it is per year. No. Now that means, sir, should I check 86B every year or every month? Every month. And sir, once it is applicable, will it be applicable for every month? No, no. Every month I need to check. For example, assume for December, should I check now? Yes. Now, sir, in December, Rule 86B is applicable. Does it mean that in Jan, Feb, March also it will be applicable? No, no, no. Every month I need to check whether that month taxable supply is more than 50 lakh. Only if it is yes, Rule 86B will be applicable, guys. Is that clear? Yes. Now listen, now listen. My monthly taxable outward supply is 80 lakh. Is Rule 86B applicable? Yes. But listen, my output tax is assume 20 lakh. I have a credit of only 15 lakh. Can I use full credit? Yes. 20 minus 15. How much I am paying through cash ledger? 5 lakh. Is 5 lakh more than 1% of 20 lakh? Already yes. Clear? If you have short credit, they don't care. You use fully. If you have credit fully, that is, assume your output tax is 20 lakh. So you have input tax of 20 or more than 20. Can I use fully? No. They're telling at least pay 1% through cash ledger. At least pay 1% through cash ledger. Are you understanding? Yes. One example I have given you. The total value of interstate supply of Raman and Sons for the month of February 2024 is of 100 lakh. Okay, guys. Outward supply is 100 lakh. Is Rule 86B applicable? Yes, more than 50 lakh. Said supply is taxable at 18% IGST. Okay. Thus, the total output tax liability of Raman and Sons is how much, guys? 18 lakh. How did we get it, sir? 100 lakh is the value of supply into 18%. So, what is the output tax? 18 lakh. Amount available in electronic credit ledger is 20 lakh. They have more credit only. But can they use full 18 lakh credit now? No, sir. Assuming there was no Rule 86B. How much credit he can use? Out of 20 lakh, you will use 18, remaining 2 lakh, you will carry forward. But due to Rule 86B, can you use full 18 lakh? No, sir. What is output tax, guys? 18 lakh. At least 1% of that has to be paid through cash ledger. In terms of restriction imposed by Rule 86B, Raman and Sons can discharge 99% of what people? Output tax. See, by mistake, you might take 99% of credit to. Ayyo, no. 99% of what? Output tax. That is 17 lakh 82,000. You can use credit. Whereas remaining 1% is how much, guys? 18 lakh into 1%. 18,000. Paid through what? Cash ledger. Understood? Please be careful whether you apply 99% or 1%. It is on what figure, guys? It is on what figure? Input tax or output tax? Output tax. It is on output tax, guys. Okay, sir. Fine. We understood Rule 86B. And please listen, guys. If question is silent, should I myself apply Rule 86B? First observe monthly supply. Clear. Normally, when the question is asked about ITC adjustments and all, they don't mix Rule 86B there, guys. If they want to ask question on Rule 86B, they will put it exclusive question on that. And sometimes they've asked theory question also. Okay, explain Rule 86B or explain the cases where Rule 86B is not applicable. They have asked, which we will see now. Okay. Hope you understood. I repeat, when they give you the question on this, guys, adjustment of ITC like this, they may not mix Rule 86B in this question. They will not mix Rule 86B in this question. Is that clear? If at all, if they want, because that becomes more complicated. Clear? If they want to ask any question on Rule 86B, they're asking it as a separate. Now, sir, assume I'm solving the question on adjustment of credit and all. Should I myself apply Rule 86B? No. If at all, if you want to check first monthly value of taxable supply. If it is more than 50 lakh, then you need to apply it. But they will not give more than 50 lakhs. You need not worry. And please be careful. Rule 86B is not applicable always. When is it applicable? Only when the monthly taxable supply is more than 50 lakh. And you have credit more than output tax. Or else maybe equivalent to output tax. Sir, I already have less credit, sir. My output tax is 20 lakh, sir. I have credit only 10 lakh, 12 lakh, 15 lakh, 18 lakh, 19 lakh. You can use fully. You can use fully, guys. Okay, sir. Fine. This is important, guys. They're asking theory questions on this. That is, when Rule 86B is not applicable. When Rule 86B is not applicable. This restriction shall not apply in the following cases. Means, in simple, you can write there. Rule 86B is not applicable in the following cases. Rule 86B is not applicable in the following cases. Rule 86B is not applicable in the following cases. Okay. Which are those? One by one. And please be careful, guys. There are totally 4 cases here. All the 4 cases they are telling, even if monthly outward taxable supply is more than 50 lakh, you would have covered above. But in the bottom they are telling, no, sorry. If you have covered in any of the 4 cases, even though your monthly taxable outward supply is more than 50 lakh, still Rule 86B is not applicable. I repeat, in any of these 4 cases which we will learn now, even if monthly taxable outward supply is more than 50 lakh, still Rule 86B is not applicable, guys. Is that clear? Yes, sir. Fine. Let me explain it. Listen, guys. Now assume we are checking Rule 86B for A Limited or for any entity. For any entity. In which year, sir? Maybe 25, 26, any month. We will not check it for a year. We will check it for any month. Assume it is for July 25. We are checking. We are checking it for July 25. Whether Rule 86B is applicable or not. Now what they are telling is, check who is the face of this entity. Check who is the face of this entity. Assume, guys, it is a sole proprietor business. I am carrying on. Now, who is the face of this sole proprietor business? Vikas. Now they are telling, Vikas, if you have paid income tax in the last 2 years, income tax, not GST, income tax, more than 1 lakh in both these years, they are telling, in the current year, for your entity, Rule 86B is not applicable. Rule 86B is not applicable, guys. Let me read that point. First one, where the said person or the proprietor or karta, managing director, or any of its 2 partners, guys, who are all these people? The face of the entities. Whole-time directors, members of managing committee, of association or board of trustees, as the case may be, have paid more than 1 lakh as income tax, not GST, income tax, in the last 2 financial years. In the last 2 financial years, guys. Okay, said person means they themselves. For example, listen here. Sir, if A Limited or this entity has paid income tax of more than 1 lakh, in which year? In both the years. Last 2 years. Both the years, not any one. Both. In the current year, is Rule 86B applicable, people? No, sir. Rule 86B is not applicable. Hope you're understanding. Sir, no, sir. Entity didn't pay income tax more than 1 lakh. But whoever is the face of that entity, for example, for company, board of directors, in case of partnership firm, partners, or in case of any trust, trustee, in case of HUF, karta, those people have paid income tax more than 1 lakh, sir. In that case, is Rule 86B applicable? No. Guys, please be careful. We are learning GST. Rule 86B is a part of which act? GST, CGST Act. But here they are talking about what? Income tax. Clear? That too not for 1 year, for both the years. Sir, both the years put together 1 lakh, or both put together 1 lakh. In the sense, 60,000. Is it covered here? No. It should be more than 1 lakh in each year. More than 1 lakh in each year. Hope you guys got it. Okay, sir. Income tax part 10. Now they have given one point with respect to GST also. What is it? Where the registered person means under GST, has received a refund of more than 1 lakh. Okay, received a refund of more than 1 lakh in the preceding financial year on account of unutilized ITC in case of zero rated supply made without payment of tax or inverted duty structure. Guys, simple. Listen here. Okay, let me explain. Assume the supplier is there whose outward supply is zero rated supply. So what will be the output tax, guys? Hello, what will be the output tax? Zero. But on his inward supply, can he claim the credit, people? On the inward supply, can he claim credit? Yes. ITC is available. Assume he has the ITC of 2 lakh, but output tax is zero because he is not paying any tax on his outward supply. ITC is available, he has 2 lakh. What should he do? See it, feel it, and leave it up. Can he claim it? Yes. But to claim, I don't have output tax. What will he do? Claim a refund of it. Claim a refund of it. So can I call 2 lakh as unutilized ITC, people? Yes. He can claim a refund of it. Claim refund of this, guys. Okay, sir. One more example. Guys, listen. Assume there is a supplier. On outward supply, GST rate is only 5%. Whereas on inward supply, GST rate is 18%. Means in this case, input tax will be more than output tax. Sir, ITC available, huh? Yes. But even if you use full ITC, cannot be utilized. Why, sir? Because in every month, ITC will be more than output tax. Clear, guys? Normally, if I cannot utilize the credit this month, I will carry forward it to next month, use it in next month. If not next month, next to next month. But in this case, every month it will be same story. What, sir? My output tax will be less than input tax. What do we call this situation as is inverted duty structure, guys. What do we call this situation as? Inverted duty structure, where input tax will be more than output tax. Where input tax is more than output tax. And this will be story not only for 1 month, every month. So even if I carry forward, I should keep on carry forwarding it. Till when, sir? What if by chance next month 30th November come and you tell you cannot claim credit? Deadline over anta. Agree na? So what they are telling is whatever is the unutilized credit, no, you can claim a refund of it. You can claim a refund of it. Hope you guys are understanding. Guys, actually, they will give refund of unutilized ITC only in two scenarios. Only in two scenarios. One is it? If my outward supply is zero rated, or if it is the inverted duty structure. Only in these two scenarios, they will give a refund of unutilized input tax credit. Sir, what in any other case? In any other case, you cannot claim refund. You will carry forward it to next month, use it in next month. Clear, huh? Yes, sir. Hope you guys understood. So, the supplier was covered in any of these two cases, either in this or in this case. And he has claimed a refund of more than 1 lakh in last year. Not 2 years, people here, only 1 year. He has claimed a refund of unutilized ITC of how much? More than 1 lakh. That is all months put together. He has claimed more than 1 lakh. In the current year, is Rule 86B applicable? No, not at all applicable. Why, sir? Simple. In the current year, if you apply Rule 86B and tell, use only 99% of output tax as credit, again you have to give him refund more and more. So it becomes more complication. So they told, allow him to claim full credit. Allow him to claim full credit. Why, sir? Even after claiming the credit, he will still be eligible for refund. Why to restrict him? Why to restrict him? Hope you guys got it. And please be careful. There is a difference between A and B. A was connected to what? Income tax. Who has paid income tax? The person himself or whoever is the face of it has paid income tax of how much? More than 1 lakh. When? In both the years, which is preceding the current year. Whereas second point is, sir, he has received a refund of more than 1 lakh. When? Only in last year. Sir, face of it or entity na? Entity, registered person. Here we are not checking who is the face of it and all. Clear? Yes, sir. Third, C. C is interesting, but little challenging also. Let me explain this with an example. Please pay attention. Interesting. I will explain this with an example. Please listen. Now, guys, assume we are in August 2025 month. We are in which month? August 2025. And in August, my monthly sales is more than 50. Is Rule 86B applicable? Yes. But we need to check something. What is it? We are in August, which is the preceding month? July. Till the end of July, how much I have paid? I need to check. So I will take from the beginning of the year, April, May, June, July calculations. So let us learn like this. What was the output tax of April, people? 10 lakh. I had a credit of 8 lakh. I used 8 lakh. Remaining 2 lakh, how I paid? Through cash ledger. Paid in cash is nothing but paid through cash ledger. For May, what was the output tax? 20 lakh. I had a credit of 15 lakh. I used it fully. Remaining 5 lakh, I paid it in cash. Okay, coming to June, my output tax was 25 lakh. I had a credit of only 24 lakh 50,000. Remaining 50,000, I paid it in cash. Now in July, I had an output tax of 35 lakh. I had a credit of 32 lakh, used it fully. Remaining 3 lakh, I paid it in cash. I paid it in cash. Now cumulatively, let us check. From April to July end, how much was the cumulative output tax? 90 lakh. How much credit I have fully utilized? 79 lakh 50,000. How much I have paid through cash ledger? 10 lakh 50,000. Check the percentage. How much I have paid in cash ledger, guys? 10 lakh 50,000 out of 90 lakh. How much the percentage is coming to? 11.67. Is it more than 1% of my output tax? Yes. Means simple. Whatever is paid till July end through cash ledger is more than 1% of my overall output tax. If this is the case, they are telling for August, which is next month, Rule 86B not applicable. Rule 86B is not applicable. Hope you're understanding. So should we do this for every month, sir? Yes. And anyway, this is system calculated amount. Why? Because whatever I already paid in the past will be auto captured, guys. It would be auto captured, so automatically we can calculate it. For exam purpose, obviously we need to do it. Sir, can I bring any software or auto capturing there will happen? Huh? No. Clear. But they don't give too many months, don't worry. Because if they give too many months, assume you are supposed to check for March. You are supposed to check for which month? March. You need to do all this calculation from when to when? April to February. April to February. 3 hours, one question for you. Will it happen? No. Clear. But if by chance, if they ask, maybe for few months, they may ask like this. Clear? Yes. Hope you understood. Now assume, let me take one more example. Assume I am in December. I want to know, should I pay 1% of my output tax as GST through cash ledger? What should I do? Go for preceding month. From April to November, means from the beginning of the year till November end. Check what is the total output tax. How much ITC is availed? How much is paid through cash ledger? Divide how much is paid through cash ledger by output tax into 100. If it is already more than 1%, no Rule 86B for December. Is that clear? Yes, sir. Sure. Let me read it. Where the registered person has discharged his liability towards output tax through the electronic cash ledger for an amount which is in excess of 1% of total output tax liability applied cumulatively upon the said month, up to the said month in the current financial year. Means leave the current month, take it till the end of last month. From when, sir? From the beginning of financial year. Now, sir, what about April? That is also important. Sir, I am in April. I want to know, should I follow Rule 86B or not? What should I do? No history for April. Sir, last year? No. Last year and all you cannot take. if April's monthly taxable supply is more than 50 lakh, and if you are not covered under other exceptions, for you, Rule 86B is applicable. Rule 86B is applicable. Sir, what about May? If you are in May, you can check for April. If you are in June, you can check for April, May. Sir, what if I am in July? You can check for 3 months. But for April, that is the beginning of the financial year. There is no preceding month. There is no preceding month. So if the April is the month for which we are checking the applicability of Rule 86B, then this point will become useless, guys. This point will become useless. Okay, let us see one example I have given. Assuming a scenario wherein in the financial year 25-26 up to August, the total output tax liability payable was 30 lakh output tax, and such registered person has deposited 1 lakh through electronic cash ledger and balance through electronic credit ledger. That means, guys, output tax was 30 lakh. They have paid 1 lakh through electronic cash ledger, which means how much credit they have utilized? 29 lakh. How much credit they have utilized? 29 lakh. Rule 86B would not be applicable for which month now? September. So we have done the calculation till August end, where I have already paid more than 1% of my output tax through what? Cash ledger. So Rule 86B is not applicable for September, even if the turnover during the month of September is more than 50 lakh. Since the payment made in cash till September in the sense till August end, is more than 1% of total output tax liability. So 1% of 30 lakh comes to how much? 30,000. But how much is already paid through cash ledger? 1 lakh, which is more than 1%. Which is more than 1%, guys. Okay, this is the example. But for April, I have given one paragraph there. Interestingly, the aforesaid exception needs to be evaluated in current financial year, and hence for the month of April of any financial year, the said exception will not be applicable. Only for April month. Only for April month, the C point will not be relevant, guys. Accordingly, registered person would be required to pay minimum 1% of output liability through electronic cash ledger for the month of April, unless the registered person is covered under any of the other exceptions, or if the taxable turnover in a month is less than 50 lakh. If this guy is covered in, assume A or B or even D, then obviously Rule 86B is not applicable. But when it comes to Rule exception C, guys, this actually I can tell in simple, it is relevant only for 11 months in a year. When to when? May to March. May to March. Whereas for April, it will not be relevant, guys. Okay, sir. Fourth one, where the registered person is a, okay, means if the following persons is covered, then for them Rule 86B is not at all applicable. Who are those? Government department, public sector undertaking, local authority, and statutory body. So for this people, even though the monthly taxable outward supply is more than 50 lakh, still Rule 86B is not applicable, guys. Clear? Yes. So these exceptions are important. Totally how many are there? 4. In the following 4 cases, Rule 86B is not applicable, even though if monthly taxable outward supply is more than 50 lakh. And please be careful, while counting monthly taxable outward supply, 2 things has to be excluded. What are those? Exempt supply and one more, zero rated supply. Actually speaking, zero rated supply is a taxable supply. But here, as output tax will be 0, they told we will exclude it. We will exclude it. So for Rule 86B, taxable outward supply, guys, will not include 2 things. I have written here in green color and I have scratched it. What is it? Zero rated supply and exempt supply, guys. Yes, sir. So we are done with both the rules, guys. You can just make a note of this example. You can just give an heading, exception C for Rule 86B, and then take down. Okay, fine. Sir, one last 2 lines are there. Okay, let me finish that. Then you can take down. Listen. However, the commissioner or an officer authorized by him in this behalf may remove the said restriction after such verification and such safeguard as he may deem fit. Means the commissioner of GST has the power to remove this restriction. What is the restriction? Rule 86B only is restriction. What is it? At least 1% you have to pay through cash ledger. Clear? So any day, if commissioner feels this is more complicated, this is actually leading to a lot of confusion, can they remove this rule, guys? Yes. But as on today, it is there. They have not removed it. Don't think, sir, last 2 line was given. No, sir. I will place this only on the top, sir. So rule 86B, commissioner has removed. No, it is there. Okay, power has been given to him to remove any day. Maybe in the future, if he feels like, let me remove that, he has that power. But as on today, it is there. Please be careful. Yes, sir. Take down. Take down this. Just give a small heading. It is an exception C. It is an exception C. It is covered in C. Exception C for rule 86B. And then take down this.